It is not something that I want to want to be doing over here.
Well,
Meow.
huh? First time I joined in and you wasn't interrupting a sentence.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like you were waiting for me.
Nah, it was more just sort of contemplating on stuff right there. Getting the intro music off and then literally just going, for thousands of years this set lay dormant, and now we dare to disturb its slumber. We need the cards out of it, man. That's all we can say
in
with
the
that.
light of darkness, in the light of destruction, we will see and pierce through the phantom darkness.
There we go, Brownie's got it. For thousands of years I lay dormant. Who dares disturb my draw face? Got him.
Draw face.
Alright.
Oh, Lord.
So yeah, we have Phantom Darkness. Yeah, oh hey, Goku. We have Phantom Darkness and then Light of Destruction for stuff here. There is a slightly changed wheel for this, which we'll give out for whichever way around this first one goes, because I've included the Gold series in this one. Because spoilers, that's in the 5D's wheel regardless. And this is the start of 2008, which is when the first Gold series came out. Big, I mean, you've seen what some of the stuff is in it. A big sort of high rarity reprint stuff on that, which could be pretty fun. And yeah, it felt kind of bad to only have like half of the available time on that one, so I made a different wheel that actually adds it in here too. So that should be fun. Other than that, yeah, I guess we've just got to see if we can pull any of the absolute units of cards that are in this set. Like, oh my god, there are so many bombs at the higher end of this one that we'll just have to see what happens with it, I think.
There's a total of 100 cards in this pack right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of them are pretty solid, so we will be hoping for at least one or two of them.
It before I don't get Rainbow Neos because I've got all the other parts for it so far. Would be funny if I got it though, right?
It'd be funny and it'd be sad because he wouldn't be able to use it.
Oh no, I can use it if I get it. I've got Rainbow Dragon, I've got Neos, right? It's a fusion, that's all that's needed for it, so if I get it, I could use it. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Alright, shall we just hop on in here then and see what craziness we can pull out of this thing?
Let's get started.
Alright, then in that case, I will deafen up and we'll meet back when we, due to fight, I suppose.
Yep. Good luck and good duel.
Yeah, take care, buddy. Have a good one. Alright, and we are deafened up. Oh yeah, as Kevin said, there's 100 cards in this one. We're in the full, we're definitely in the full set stuff here. I may not have been playing when this set was released, but even I could appreciate how ridiculously powerful a lot of the cards are in this one. A lot of them are higher rarity though, so I don't know if we're actually going to be able to make use of them in this part, but we will see. So, Phantom Darkness, as you would expect, is a huge power spike for the Dark attribute. Even though Dark was already the best attribute in the game, I have no idea why they'd need a bigger power spike, but whatever. You've got a ton of ridiculous Dark monsters in this one. Dark Grepher just being a good example at the start here. This was actually the sneak peek card for this set as well in my research, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, if you can, especially if you discard a high level Dark monster, and you can then discard the Dark monster to get a Dark monster out of your deck as well. That doesn't sound too good for people who don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! Particularly well, which sometimes includes me, but also, in this case, I kind of know it. It's like, oh yeah, you're just getting a monster out of your deck to go for, like, graveyard plays and stuff. Might not be the absolute best at the moment, but I mean, we've seen what Chaos can do, right? So, even though this doesn't really synergize too much with Chaos, it does synergize with some of the other amazing stuff in here as well. There's a lot of dark retrains of monsters, like Dark Grepher is a good example of a warrior Dark Grepher. Rainbow Dragon also has a dark version that's kind of terrible, to be honest. It does get to big number though, so it could OTK, but like good luck with that. Yubel I know like pretty much nothing about, other than it was really annoying during the one like duel that it was used in the Legacy of the Duelist, so I'm not even going to bother going through that. Cyber Valley I know was actually used back in the day, because it was apparently pretty good. I guess it makes sense if you've got like 3 of these. Machine Duplication kind of makes it pretty powerful actually, because you can get, you know, good draw 2 stuff to go with. There's a bunch of good effects off it actually. Yeah, just getting cards out of your graveyard could be pretty good. Getting draws and end the battle phase type of thing as well. Some decent effects off of it, so I can see why that would be good. And then we get to some of the giant stuff down here. Horus gets a dark upgrade. You don't actually have to special this with anything in particular. You can't special summon it actually with an effect like the rest of these. It doesn't have its own inherent condition, unfortunately, but it does let you revive dark monsters from your grave if you get to resolve a spell during your opponent's turn, main phase specifically, so like Book of Moon, MST, stuff like that would be pretty good. Dark Creator would actually be pretty strong for our format, because we get to just revive dark monsters, and, you know, it's not too bad to just special this. So, yeah, it's a pretty strong one. Dark Nephthys, not quite so good, especially compared to the original Sacred Phoenix, but it's still decent. Again, in our format, probably be alright. At least we can get it out fairly easily. And then the boy, the one and only Dark Arm Dragon, the guy who single-handedly made like half the player base quit, and I don't blame them at all. Exactly 3 dark monsters in the graveyard is a little bit awkward sometimes, but we will get to that. And yeah, this thing's not once per turn, it's 2800 attack. It can be searched by Witch of the Black Forest, dude, it's busted. Like, seriously, you could just search this out with Witch, and then, like, main 2, summon it, blow the opponent's board up. Because you just banish a dark monster every, you know, and just destroy a card on the field every time. Absolutely ridiculous. Armageddon Knight is limited for a very good reason. This thing still sees play even today. It's probably the best of the attribute knights from what I've seen in Legacy of the Duelist. You just summon it in any way whatsoever, you send a dark from your deck to the graveyard. It's a warrior, it's dark, it's level 4, it's got pretty much everything you could want. Search it's summonable by Mystic Tomato even, so like, absolutely disgusting. This set also has a few FTK potential cards here as well, like Shadow Priestess of Ohm. This is a surprisingly strong card too, considering it's like Dark Doriado kind of. I guess it's not actually Dark Doriado, but it's got the same outfit, right? So yeah, it's kind of interesting that it's actually a powerful card in its own right. But this is also just not once per turn. Tribute to Dark, do 800 damage. So FTKs can be done with that. Not as easily as Cannon Soldier, but still. There is Gigaplant is like the other really good Gemini monster, because this thing you just special an insect or a plant type when you handle graveyard. Like that's really good, and it's got no restrictions to it whatsoever, right? Just got to get it out as a Gemini. So, you know, there are ways of doing that even within this set. You can get it out and then like Gemini summon it. So, you know, there is that. I know this card kind of did a thing at some point, because there were just a lot of good fishes that you could summon with this thing. Like, it's special summon as many level 4 or lower from your deck as possible, right? There's later on mechanics that are just going to make that absolutely disgusting, you know? So, clearly, that's a pretty strong card in its own right, but probably won't be that usable for us. I don't think we're going to get enough good fishes within this thing. So, I don't know. Blue Thunder, I'm actually excited for this card, because even though, like, this is a really good draft card, right? Because, like, 1700 is decent, Light Machine is good. If it destroys something by battle, then you summon a 1500 attack defense token. Like, that's just good. Yeah, you can't tribute someone with a token, but who cares about that? It's a strong token, summoned in the battle phase, so you can attack with it straight away. Like, yeah, it's actually really good. Neospatian stuff got a little bit more. Here there's another triple contact fusion. This one's got a really nasty thing here. Yeah, Synchro Link fodder as well, exactly. That's the main thing for it. Yeah, it's got a nasty secondary effect, but good luck getting Dolphin and Hummingbird out with Neos for it. Rainbow Neos, on the other hand, this sees play nowadays sometimes because of the new like Neos Fusion cards, right? This thing is an absolute house. Like, the attack stat is ridiculous. The effects are really good too. Like, even, you know, discard, send a monster you control to the graveyard, shuffle all monsters the opponent controls into the deck. It's not destroying them. Send one spell or trap you control to the graveyard, shuffle all spell and traps the opponent controls into their deck. Ridiculous. Or send a top card from your deck to the graveyard and shuffle all cards in your opponent's graveyard into the deck. Not ridiculous at this current point in time, but ridiculous later on. So, like, yeah, this is an absolute unit of a card, and I have the tools to summon it. It doesn't mean it's going to be useful, but, like, yeah. Absolutely, this is the best, like, thing that Neos has ever come up with. One of the best fusions of all time, I'd imagine. Speaking of fusions, Super Poly comes in this set. This actually might be a decent side deck card for today, for reasons. Yeah, it's not super good at the time, but this becomes a real powerhouse later on in the game when more generic fusion cards actually come out, and you can start using the opponent's cards to summon other stuff, right? Very, very good card later. Wouldn't mind picking up a copy or two today, but we'll see. Otherwise, then we get to the real dark support down here. Beginning of the End is kind of nuts. I use this in my Blackwing deck in Legacy of the Duelist, actually. Both this... Actually, I use, like, all of these in here. So, Beginning of the End, if you've got 7 or more Darks in your graveyard, you banish 5 of them to draw 3 cards. It's limited for a good reason in the in Legacy. Dark Eruption is just, I guess, a one half of a salvage for Darks. Take any one Dark monster, 1500 attack or less, from the graveyard to hand, which is pretty good for some of the special summon stuff later. And then we have a 6 Sam card in here as well. This one's actually pretty good too. Each time a 6 Sam monster is normal or special summoned, you place a counter on this up to 2, and you send this to the graveyard to draw a card for every counter that's on it. So that's pretty good. Gladiator Proving Ground is fantastic if we pulled the Glad Beast, which we didn't, so that's unfortunate, but this is just a rotor for the for Glad Beast, which is ridiculous. And then I guess the other support card is further down. Allure of Darkness is in this set too, so that's kind of wild. Let's see, Rainbow Life, consistently banned in World Championship tournaments, I think, because it can grant you infinite life points if you set the board up right, which we can't really do, but whatever. Chain Material is FTK fodder. I think that with like Mash Driver or something is probably FTK material. Dark Illusion is pretty good. If you target a Dark monster on the field, you can, with a spell or trap, it's just a straight up negate. That's actually not bad for the Dark focus strategies. Escape from the Dark Dimension is the Miraculous Descent card, the Fairy Revival one, but for any Dark monster. So that's cool. We have Cola Haunted, so we might not end up needing it, but you know, it's neat. Drastic Drop Off, I think, is decent, right? It's not quite as good as it could be, but it is a counter trap, so you know that's always fun. I have Harvest; I could use it for that. And yeah, if any card gets added from deck to hand, including drawing, you can make the opponent discard one of those. So that's neat. It is an ultra, so it's kind of whatever. But then we get to even more dark support stuff down here. Darklord Zerato is a little bit more conditional than some of the other ones, but it can still just nuke the board, and that's really cool, right? Very strong card there. Darknight Parshath isn't quite as amazing because it is a tribute monster, but you can still get to draw a card, right, if you banish something from your graveyard, and it gets more power for the darks too, so it's 1900. Isn't exactly the most representative of what it's going to do. And then the Allure of Darkness, also limited in the no, this is semi-limited in Legacy of the Duelist. Draw 2 cards, banish a dark monster from your hand, or if you can't, send your entire hand to the graveyard. But like, you're going to use this when you've got darks in hand, right? Absolutely ridiculous card. Probably the first like good dragon in a while as well here, actually, that is not like a Nomi monster. Prime Material Dragon. This would be a reason to go back to the King Dragon strategy, right? Because this thing's actually stupid good. It reverses burn damage, which is fun, but the more important bit is during either player's turn, when the card or effects are activated that would destroy a monster on the field, this doesn't have to target. Send one card from your hand or hand to the graveyard, negate that activation if you do destroy it. Also not once per turn. So this thing is like really good against Dark Hole, Lightning Vortex, etc. And is fantastic against the stuff that doesn't target, which is, super helpful. Plants get even more support here as Lone Fire Blossom. This is how you're supposed to get out Giga Plant, I guess. Tribute one face-up plant monster once per turn, special summon the plant from your deck. This can tribute itself because it is a plant of its own. Spent some time on the ban list, I know that much. Very good card. There's a lot of rares in this set which are really good, so it might be a bit hard to pull them all, but we'll try and do what we can. And then the other stuff, Metal Reflex Slime is cool. It's just a 3k defense wall, right, that you can trigger at pretty much any time. And then for the zombies, Goblin Zombie is amazing, but we didn't get the other zombie stuff because it was secret rare and whatnot, so it's kind of whatever. Dark Red Enchanter is kind of neat as well, I guess. Forces the opponent to discard cards out of the hat. That's kind of cool, I suppose. And then this thing. Opponent cannot target any face-up monsters you control except this for an attack or with spell trap effects. It's hard to get out, but if you can do it, and we do have ways of doing it, actually a pretty solid card. So yeah, I might not have been playing whilst this set was around, but I know how kind of disgusting some of this stuff was in a nutshell, and I'm excited to see if we can pull like any of it here. Let's just get going. I always start off with a super rare, but it's not really one that I actually need here. Hey, it's a light monster though, it's kind of neat. So Golden Flying Fish, I think you contribute one other fish type monster, then target one card in the field, destroy. It's not once per turn, so I guess this is something you're supposed to summon with the super ancient deep sea thingy. That's kind of cool, because then you can just like pop cards on the field. So that's neat. Lone Fire Blossom is probably the best pick out of there. There's another Gladiator Beast in here too, but again, we didn't really get any of the good Glad Beasts from before, so I'm pretty resigned to not playing that deck. Yo, Metal Reflex Slime in pack 2 though, that's sweet. Am I actually going to play it? I don't know, but it's cool, and it's hey, it could be useful. It's level 10 though, it's not great for like synchro plays, but I don't know. Put it in the bank. It's pretty handy, right? Dark Spirit Art. I didn't mention this one because even though like the other spiritual arts, some of them have actually been useful. This one's pretty bad. It's been around since 1990. Oh baby, that's an old card. Like 1900. That's a very old card. Unlike the other ones, like this lets you draw 2 cards by tributing a dark monster, but the opponent can negate it too. I forget exactly how, but it's not a difficult thing for them to negate. So I think it's, reveal a spell card in their hand. That's just like super bad as a trap to try and draw cards. When you've already got a tribute a dark monster on board, that's just like, no, why would you ever do that? So, didn't mention it before because of that. Call the Earthbound I don't even think is particularly great. I'll have to look back at it later, but it's not one of the ones I remember being decent, so. There's a super rare, it is the Storm Neo, so I guess this is going in our extra deck for this particular one as our good luck charm, right? Because we did get it's the wrong Neos, but hey, it is there, I guess. Offering to the Snake Deities, nothing special. Chain Material we've seen a couple of times already here now, but it's okay, I guess. We're probably not going to get much use out of it here. That is fine. Next pack. Nothing super good. I think Castlegate lets you tribute a monster. If it's in attack position, you tribute a monster and do like burn damage equal to the attack of the monster or something. Which is sizable, but it's level 6 Earth by itself, Not particularly great. Dark Eyes Illusionist also really bad here. Nothing I'm too interested in out of this pack, I'm afraid. All out attacks I think was okay. Like I think it forces special summon monsters to attack. Kind of. Oh wow, there's another one. Doomsday Horror. I remember reading this card. Yeah, so the attack and defense is equal to the number of banished dark monsters times 300. That's on both sides of the field. And if this is destroyed, sent to the graveyard, you return all banished dark monsters to the graveyard. It's not great, I will admit. It definitely would have been better if it was like cards in the graveyard or something, but we already have ones that do that, so I guess it's sort of meh. Alright, next up, Shadow Priestess of Ohm, FTK fodder, I suppose, that's fine. Nothing too amazing so far out of this, I will admit. Couple of hollers, right? Legendary Fiend was another OCG import, which was like absolutely terrible. It's like, what, 1500 to begin with? Once per turn it can gain, like, during your standby phase? Dude, so it's even got a survivor turn as well? Gains a whole 300 attack, that's just like, whoa. Okay, Dark Illusion's not bad. Definitely could be worth going for later. Do you know, the one thing I've not seen yet is Blue Thunder. I'm a little bit worried about that because I kind of do need that for today's deck. We're halfway through the set too. That's not amazing. This Word Warrior thing here is like half of a Doomdozer. Like, it's 1900, you summon it by banishing one insect, and it, you know, does the same thing. Yo! Okay. I don't think he's going to be used today, but Dark Grepher is one hell of a card to pick up here. Alright, starting off the second half of this set strong. So yeah, you can special summon it by, what was it, banishing a dark from your hand, I think it was? And you discard a dark and you can get a dark out of your deck to the graveyard. That's pretty powerful later on, that's for sure. Right now though, I don't think I'm going to need it, but we'll see. There's a second golden flying fish. Maybe if we get the super ancient deep sea thing, I can actually drop that out. I don't remember. Doesn't that negate the effects of the fish you bring out with it though? I forget. Anyway, Rainbow Life, nothing too fancy out of there. Rainbow Life is not actually a card that works with a crystal piece, so you know. Yo, the beginning of the end. 6 Ham United ×1 as well. Okay, the beginning of the end. This will take a specific deck to play it, but obviously there are decks coming up later on that I will want to use that in. Very good card to pick up. I won't be using it today, I'm pretty sure, but yeah. It looks like there's just no image, and then you actually look at it, it's like super dark as a thing, which I guess makes sense, but like, yeah. There's the second Lone Fire. I actually haven't had any Gigaplant yet, so this is what I mean. There are too many rares in this set that are actually like good for different archetypes. It's gonna be impossible to pull all the ones that you actually want. So there is that. Yeah, nothing really too good. Samsara Lotus I know is banned because of FTK cheese later on, much later on in the game, but we're not really going to worry too much about that one. Dark Illusion is fine. It's not too bad. Really looking for something a little bit fancier out of this, though. Are you for real? Okay, let me actually fully read this thing then, because we actually pulled the big fish. Okay. Once per turn, you can discard one card. Special summon as many level 4 or lower fish-type monsters as possible from your deck, but they cannot declare an attack and their effects are negated. Okay. During either player's turn, when this face-up card on the field is targeted by a card effect, you contribute one of a fish-type monster to negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Yeah, fish percent indeed. So you can't summon golden flying fish with this and actually get their effects off, but if you have a golden flying fish already on the field, then you could use that one's effects to pull it out. Huh. Yeah, right now, obviously, that doesn't fit anything that I intend to do, but that's a pretty cool card, nonetheless. Alright, 4 packs left. Let's see if we can get anything else fancy out of here. Escape from the Dark Dimension. That's actually really good. I mean, I'm running Chaos, right? So, Banish Light and Dark, that's something I do anyway. That's really good. It's not going to fit what I'm playing today, however. But this is something I will definitely try and work in later on. I already know exactly where I want to put this, but that's about like 5 sets time. So I've got to see if I can come up with something a bit earlier than that. Maybe Dark Worlds actually. Like, if I've got a lot of stuff I can banish for that, right? So maybe Dark World could use that. I know it doesn't. They don't trigger if they go into banished immediately, but other stuff for it. Another Dark Illusion, kind of neat. 2 packs left to go here. Let's see what we can pull. Drastic Drop-Off. Hey, Gigaplant number 1. Okay. Drastic Drop-Off is something I could actually see me using. Because this card, I mean, it's a counter trap, so if I'm playing Herald, then I could actually get it back, which is really good. It's a counter trap, so it can't get stopped. It can't get like, hit by anything else in the meantime. And it stuns a lot of searching things, right? This, can you use this against Sangan actually? No. If your opponent discards cards after drawing added. That doesn't really answer the question, does it? Cause yeah, it's like drop off. It can do the same thing as drop off that way. So you could use it just to get rid of their draw phase turn. But can you use this because it doesn't change attack and defense, right? So I don't think you can use it in the damage step. But I'll have to think on that. And see, I'll have to look that up later on. There's been a lot of hollows in this, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, last pack. Let's get something good, shall we? Oh my god, we actually got it! Holy shit, we actually got it. Holy shit, we actually got it. I'm not using it right now, dude. Don't worry. I have to actually come up with something that I could use that with. Okay, one problem that I noticed with this. I did not get a single copy of Blue Thunder T45. So I'm actually going to have to slightly change the deck I'm going to play here. And don't hate me for this. I've wanted to try this out for ages here. Yeah, good luck to him as well. Yeah, I didn't get a single copy of the Blue Thunder card. I was really hoping to get that here, because that actually would have made a very big difference to the deck that I'm intending on playing here. However, I can't really complain when the hollows I got here are ridiculous, actually. So the one thing, we didn't get any of the Giant Bomb cards, right? I didn't get any Dark Horus, Creator, Dark Arm Dragon, anything like that. I didn't get them, but I don't think I need those, really. When you think about what I'm actually using so far, I have the Chaos cards for that, right? I really don't need to have the Giant Bombs like that. But what I did get are some very interesting pulls otherwise here. Because, yeah, as I go down, let's check our rarities here. So we've got 2 Lone Fire Blossom. That's pretty solid, actually. I could always trade for one of those. Yeah, Lone Fire is really good for later. Plant Dot deck is not a bad idea to keep in mind. Of course, we did get the Ghost Neos. That's the main thing there. Castle Gates, like I said, it's kind of whatever. Shadow Priestess, 2 copies of that. If I ever manage to build a Dark FTK style deck, I suppose that could be a thing. Fires of Doomsday summons Dart tokens, so I guess you could use those with Priestess. It's alright. Only 1 copy of 6 Sam United, which is fine. I guess I'm not really playing 6 Sams at the moment anyway. Dark Grepher is obviously incredibly good. Gigaplant is nice, although I would have liked more than 1, so maybe this would be the trade-in for this round, potentially, but we'll see. 2 Golden Flying Fish, there's a lot of hollows here, when you consider that I pulled a Ghost Rare too. There's the 1 Secret, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 Supers, and 4 Ultras here. But this is how big this set is at this point, but we still whiffed on 5 Ultras or something, you know. But yeah, there's some decent ones here. Grepher's good, Reflex Slime is neat, Beginning of the End is fantastic later on. This guy could build a deck by himself if I could figure out how to do it. And then Drastic Drop-Off, interesting cut. Escape is also something good too. But yeah, the big catch here is that I didn't get Blue Thunder. Which is kind of shocking, actually, considering it's a common, but unfortunate. I'm going to have to marginally change the deck that I'm running here. I'm basically going to have to use X-Head Cannon instead of Blue Thunder. but I really can't complain with what I had here. I wanted to play this card, by the way, the Cyber Ouroboros, but it misses timing, so it's unfortunately really terrible. Yeah, the Destiny Heroes are nothing good. Oh, that's not what I want. Dimension Explosion, I actually don't remember what it does off the top of my head. It's like, what, the specials... Return one face-up fusion monster you control to the edge of the deck. Both players select up to two of their monsters are banished and special summon them. It's a quick play, too. That's... okay, yeah. That's not bad. What's Blue Eyes White Dragon doing in the skyscraper? That's what I want to know. That's what I need to know. What is Blue Eyes doing in the skyscraper field? He doesn't belong there. But yeah, no, that's fine. So as we keep going through, I'll sort out stuff here. Battle Archfiend Shield. What a weird way of putting it into there. I actually did get enough Proving Ground as well. I was gonna say I got more than one Proving Ground. Come on. Yeah, all of these imprisoned Queen Archfiends instead of freaking Blue Thunder. Oh well, whatever. Twinkle Moss. Obsidian Dragon would be good if it was actually a dragon. To be honest, it's a rock monster, so... Hi, Mom! Yeah, we didn't pull Dad, unfortunately. But that's okay. I don't think I need it, to be honest. It would have been nice, but like I don't think I need that. I did pull some really good other stuff, though. So... including Rainbow Neos. So I actually can play Rainbow Neos at some point. Yeah, I actually got quite a few hollows here. I didn't pull any of the Blue Thunder, like T45, which I really wanted, so that's unfortunate. But, I got Dark Grepher, which is really good later on. I didn't get Armageddon Knight, but Grepher is probably, like, it's debatably the better one. A couple of Golden Flying Fish to go along with Super Ancient Deep Sea King Coelacanth or whatever. It's a neat one. This can special summon like a ton of fish out the deck, so Synchro and maybe Exceed stuff. This actually could be something I could build around in like, you know, a million sets time. But like, it's something worth keeping in mind. Metal Reflex Slime is kind of cool. Escape from Dark Dimension is neat. Beginning of the End is going to be amazing when we get to Black Wings. And then Drastic Drop-Off is very interesting as well. Haven't quite figured out exactly how I'm going to use that yet, but yeah, that's the main stuff in terms of hollows. There's been a few otherwise that are pretty cool, like I wanted. We did get only one 6-Sam United, but that's fine, like 1 Gigaplant. Yeah, quite a few, and Rainbow Neos too, which was a Ghost Rare. So that's like, what, 10 hollows or something? Yeah, we got really lucky on that front. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then actually Rainbow Neos is 11, because that's a Ghost Rare. So yeah, we got very lucky in terms of the hollow pulls here. Rainbow Neos, funnily enough, actually came out of the very last pack that we opened. Here he is. Look at this behemoth boy. Yeah, must be fusion summon with the above materials, cannot be special summoned in other ways. So I'm gonna have to work out a way of actually doing this later on. But dude, this card's power level is ridiculous. Like, this is something I have to build a deck on. But when we get there, like, oh baby, we are gonna get there, and it's gonna be insane. But that is not what we are playing with today. So I just want to point out, I know Brownie's gone to watch Kib's pulls here because he was about to open the packs. I just want to point out, you guys did this to me. Alright, so I'm gonna have to take out Blue Thunder because I pulled 0 of them, which is annoying. And I guess we're just gonna either have to use Helping Robo or like X-Head Cannon here. X-Head Cannon would probably be better just because it's got slightly more attack. Not a massive fan of putting in the vanilla monster for it here, but I think it's still going to be better. So yeah, unfortunate, but I mean, it's mostly there as fodder anyway. So, here is the deck that we were working on earlier on this week, and yeah, this is what we're bringing to Phantom Darkness. It doesn't really use the Phantom Darkness cards, but that's mostly because there's only like one Dark Machine in there, and it isn't very good because it misses timing. So I have wanted to play Chimera Tag for basically as long as we had Zane's Pack open, right? I've wanted to find a way of like massively using this card because I feel like it's just got such ridiculous potential here, but we haven't really had enough cards to make it work. The decks I've tried to build this in before just didn't function very well. But with a couple of trades from Kib earlier on, and the trade-in for winning last session's one here, trading in the wheel to get cards in the previous sets, I think we're finally at a spot where I can actually use this. And just before I actually continue explaining the thing here, I am going to put in Rainbow Neos as the good luck charm here. I was going to put Storm Neos in, but since we pulled Rainbow Neos instead, that one's going in as a good luck charm. Alright. Not going to summon it, but it's going to be there and I can show it off at the end of the game. So, this deck is all centered around summoning Chimera Tech over Dragon for an OTK. This was actually a very viable strategy at the time that this set came out, and Future Fusion and Overload Fusion got limited entirely because of this card. So we're hopefully going to be able to see... Oh no, I've got Twin Dragon in this one. I'm not cheating on that one this time. Yeah, so hopefully we're going to actually get to show why this card was so disgusting. I don't think this deck is as solid in just general monster terms as what I've been playing before. These cards aren't bad, but they're definitely not as good as in just as a standard from what we had. But the ridiculous potential of Chimera Tech is, like, it's so absurd that we've got to try it. So the idea behind this card, you have to fusion summon it, so you've got to use either Future or... Like, Future Fusion doesn't really work too well with it here. You basically have to use Overload Fusion, or in my side deck, Power Bond, in order to bring this thing out. It takes Cyber Dragon and any number of machine monsters, but you can fusion substitute with it if you've got the Light Hex Seal Fusion. You can sub for the Cyber Dragon, because that is a named monster. So you can actually cheese it with this a little bit as well, and that's pretty helpful. And the idea, for every this sends the rest of your field to the graveyard when you summon it, which is why Future Fusion doesn't work very well for it, because it'll destroy itself by Future Fusion's effect. But if you can summon this thing and not have it blow itself up by Future Fusion, you get 800 attack for every fusion material that you use for it, and it can attack that many monsters per turn as well. So the idea behind this is to use Future Fusion. This is pre-errata, so this will activate like the turn that we play it, and we get to dump basically every single machine out of our deck. So long as we still have at least one Cyber Dragon in deck, we dump the Cyber Dragon and like every other machine in this deck, and there's about 14 of them or so. We dump all of them out of the deck, and then we can use Overload Fusion to fusion summon the Dark Machine monster that Chimera Tech just so happens to be. It's almost as if it was designed to be summoned with this card, right? We Overload Fusion with all of those dumped Dark monsters, not even Darks, just machines, and we get over 8,000 attack, and we just win in one shot. Or we can play a little bit more conservatively, get something out that's like 4,000-ish, like 4,200 or so, and just attack 2 monsters or whatever. You know, there's ways around it. But the idea is to run around with these two, and that is kind of the whole point here. So, of course, we're going to still play the Chaos things, because the idea of Future Fusion, you can dump any machine monster out of the deck, right? Cyber Dragon is already a light, so if we can just dump one of the Darks, which we do have a couple of, we can use those for Chaos plays as well. So clearly, like this is a multifaceted win con here. If I can't win with Chimera Tech, then I can use the stuff I've sent to the graveyard to win with the Chaos cards instead. Or I can revive them with things like Premature Burial, which we're playing with Giant Trunade here to try and ensure the OTK goes through. And Premature can then revive multiple monsters by bouncing back to the hand using Giant Trunade here. So for the machines themselves, we've got the triple Cyber Dragon, triple Phoenix. I only had one at the time, but I traded in for one, and I traded from one with Kib as well. So we have the 3 of these now. We have the UFO turtle to summon those. I had 2 of these anyway, so part of the trade-in for giving up the wheel last round, we traded for the 3rd one. So this is our field presence here. UFO Turtle can search itself or Cyber Phoenix out. Cyber Phoenix will block targeting spell traps whilst it's in attack position. That's kind of cool. It like blanket covers your machines. But more importantly, when it gets destroyed in battle and sent to the graveyard, even if it was face down first, like if it gets destroyed, you just draw a card. So the idea is going through the deck as fast as possible, filtering these things out. Dekoichi does the same thing on a flip effect, but it's dark, that's the main reason to use it. Chaos actually caught me onto this card, which I totally forgot about. I pulled one of these in Invasion of Chaos, and yeah, it's a dark machine, and it's got drills for days, but more importantly, it's a dark machine. It actually can push for game too. Like, if he's less than 1600 life points and he's only got strong monsters on the field, that's kind of cool, right? We can actually just hit for game with that too. So there is that. 1 Proto Cyber Dragon in the main deck, 1 in the side deck here. I don't mind having 1 copy of this card because I can potentially use this. Like, I normal summon it, and then I can use Overload Fusion using this as the Cyber Dragon requirement. So, that's not bad, but it doesn't work as Cyber Dragon whilst in the deck, so it's limited in that aspect. But it's mostly just a machine that I could dump. However, for the side deck, when I have Power Bond, this can then go like normal summon Proto Cyber, Power Bond with a Cyber Dragon in my hand, and then I have a double powered Cyber Twin Dragon out. So it's sort of double faster. It's why the second one's in the side deck, because if I'm going to bring Power Bond into the main deck, I'm going to put the second Proto in as well. But it doesn't keep field presence by itself, so I don't want more than 1 of it in here. Otherwise, the machines, like I said, UFO Turtle, and then this was supposed to be Blue Thunder T45, which would have 1700 instead of 1800, but it would have summoned a monster if it destroyed something in battle, like a 1500 token, which we pulled 0 copies of despite being a common. So we're having to make a bit of a concession here. I think X-Head Cannon is going to be fine. It is 1800, it's still a light, which is reasonable enough. I don't really have a stronger machine that I would run here, so I think this is fine. Helping Robo for combat could go here as well as a cycle thing, but it's 1600 attack, which is kind of what a lot of my other things sort of cap out around. So I want something a little bit stronger, so we're going to go with that. And then 2 Witch, 1 Sangan, the 2 Light Hexial Fusion. The other win con for this deck, of course, is the Cyber Dragon Light Hexial. Bring out Cyber Twin Dragon, and then we can use Limited Removal to basically OTK with that instead. Because 5600 attack twice in a row, kind of busted. For the spells, we've got Dark Hole, Raigeki still, because I need to be able to clear the board. If I can get Cyber Twin Dragon out with double attack, then we can just win on an open board. So, those are pretty handy for that. Future Fusion and Overload Fusion are the core of the deck. Future Fusion's idea is to, as we said, dump all of the machines out into the graveyard, and then Overload Fusion, you can bring out Chimera Attack and just rag base for that. Giant Trunade and Heavy Storm are here to make sure that I don't get MST'd when my Future Fusion is activating. If I can Giant Trunade and get rid of his back row first, then Future Fusion can operate without having to worry about Mystical Space Typhoon destroying it. Mystical Space Typhoon itself is going to be a one-of in here. It was the two copies, but I think Trunade actually makes sense in this deck, specifically because you're going for the one-shot, right? Trunade is generally not a very good card in this era unless you are going to OTK the opponent, which is what this deck is supposed to do. So I feel like Trunade is better than the second MST in the main deck. I do have the others in the side just in case I need to swap out into them, but we'll see. And then we've got, of course, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity. Upstart Goblin, I've been testing a little bit. Pot of Avarice was there, because Pot of Avarice with Future Fusion is disgustingly good, but I was finding that Pot of Avarice doesn't really do anything unless I have Future Fusion. So I'm going to probably play Upstart Goblin in its place here. The life points don't generally matter because we are dealing in the range of like 11,000 plus damage in one shot anyway, so the life point gain doesn't matter, and it's just a cycle card, right? You just get one slot further into the deck to try and get one step closer. It's playing a 39 card deck instead of a 40 here, basically. Premature Burial, Call of the Haunted, I mean, one call, maybe even this is excessive. I could put Avarice here instead, but I think having Call of the Haunted is fine as a one-off here, because if I Future Fusion, then I can still use Call to bring back one of the monsters I sent to the graveyard, and given that limited removal doubles the power of most of them here, that's pretty good. Especially because I could call back like Hexseal Fusion too, since we do have 2 Twin Dragons. And then the big one, you guys made me do this. I honestly wasn't going to take this card last round because I thought it'd be too strong for me to take with my super rare trade in. You guys made me do it, and I mean, it's fucking painful choice. This card is absurd. Why did it ever get printed? Why was it ever considered like reasonable? I don't know. It was a super rare in Spell Ruler. I missed it as the common in DB1 when we opened those packs, but painful choice has made its way into the deck here. This card can kind of act like a mini Future Fusion in its own right, because this one I don't get negated by MST for one, but I just get to pick and choose like the monsters I want to take out of the deck. It's usually been monsters in my like test hands that I've been doing this with, but I could also just filter out the spells I don't need anymore, right? If I need to just like try and really narrow down to get to Overload Fusion. But the idea is that I would pitch the 2 Dark Machines, generally a Cyber Dragon, generally a Light Hexseal Fusion, and then typically it'd be like X-Head. Would have been Blue Thunder, but like, yeah. Basically the idea is to get 2 Lights, 2 Darks, and 1 Miscellaneous in there. Sometimes even a UFO Turtle's not a bad pick. And yeah, Kib's gonna have to choose one of those to go into my hand, then the rest go into the graveyard. And the graveyard's where you want them to be for Overload Fusion. So, you know, obviously incredibly synergistic, really massively adds to the power level of this deck. Because this just feels chaos too. Like, it's unbelievable how powerful this card is, really. For the side deck, it is mostly a response to whatever happens on Kib's end for the side deck here. We do have Proto Cyber, as I said, with Power Bond over here. The alternative win con that I could go for if he main decks like triple MST is to go for Power Bond on Cyber Twin Dragons instead. At which point I need Proto Cyber instead of Hexseal Fusion so that I can actually, you know, properly bring the thing out. You can also Power Bond for Chimera Tech if you've got enough cards on the field or in the hand. So that's kind of neat because Power Bond works on the original attack of the monster, but Chimera Tech's original attack is based on how many materials you used. So it actually does get effectively 1600 attack per material, and if you're killing in that turn anyway, then it doesn't matter that you would take a ton of damage at the end of the turn. So that's pretty good. Tribe is here in case another mono-type deck comes in. Tribe is still incredibly good, it just doesn't synergize with the rest of the deck here, but if I need it for more removal, then it's going to be good. Book of Moon and Threatening Roar are my defensive options here. Threatening Roar is generally going to be the best solution here, for stopping dying in one turn, which is, has been a bit of a problem for me in the past. And then Book of Moon is just Book of Moon. It's one of the best cards in the game, especially at this point. So not really any reason to deviate from having that. Defusion is something that I kind of thought of in the Twilight hours of the last day or two, because this card, not only would it let me kind of push for a game on my own side if I hit with Twin Dragon and then defuse it or something if I've actually fusion summoned it, but it also is a potential out if Kib is playing any fusion stuff here. I don't remember him having Chimera Tech, but he might end up playing something like the Elemental Hero stuff or the Evil Hero stuff, and defusion could actually be an out to that and prevent me getting OTK'd by something that way. So yeah, that's a more specific countermeasure, but then the side deck in this is really meant to be specific countermeasures, so that's fine. Like I say, in the other MSTs, in case we go against another Future Fusion strategy, to be totally honest with you. Avarice was in the main deck. I might replace Upstart with it if I find that Upstart isn't really relevant, but I have been finding that Avarice has clogged up my hands on occasion, more than I'd like, so that's kind of whatever. And then, yeah, we mentioned the Power Bond. A second Call of the Haunted is the last card in here, because realistically, if I'm going to a more defensive-oriented option with Threatening Roars, Book of Moon, stuff like that, having Call of the Haunted instead of focusing entirely on Overload Fusion is probably the better way round of doing things, so that I'd actually be able to revive more monsters that way. Especially, I could revive the Hexial Fusion, and I could go for Twin Dragon that way. Really, the pivot is, instead of going for Chimera Tech every time, would be to pivot into going for Twin Dragon more. And that's pretty much the goal here. So, yep, deck is meant to OTK. We'll see if it can do it. I've been having pretty good success as far as like test hands go here. Considering I have more than just a Chimera Tech win con here, we do have Chaos as well, right? So we have a lot of ways of fueling this one. So we'll see if it can happen, and I'm super excited for this one. I think this deck is absolutely ridiculous. We might not play it next round as well. Probably won't, because it is a bit fragile, but, you know, I want to see it work, and we'll actually get to see just how powerful this card, these Chimera Techs are at this point. So I'm going to tell him we are ready to go. And, yeah. I really don't think there's going to be any other way of handling this one for me. This is what I've wanted to play the whole time. And yeah, it doesn't use anything from the new set, but I don't think it needs to. I mean, it was going to use one card and I didn't draw it, so that's kind of unlucky, but you know. Good lord, that was fast. Alright.
Yeah. Oh, I was just about ready. I was like, let me just keep this here and there. I was like, is that good? Is that right? Is that fine? I don't know.
Yeah, I was just starting scrolling through the collection stuff again for a sec there, and then you roared at me, and I was like, oh dear god, okay, I've got to actually get back in the proper window here.
Shit. Like, shit, he's ready.
Alright. So, this was an exciting set, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, this is pretty interesting.
I think this is, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, this is the most exciting set that we have had in a very long time.
It's been a while.
I like the change in avatar there. Ah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, take your pick. Excuse you.
You know what? I'm gonna go first this time.
Okay. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck and good duel. All right.
Yeah, it is one of the arrow mages, right? For your deck sleeves and stuff. There, I'm pretty sure it's one of the arrow mages.
Oh yeah. All right. This seems like a good start as any.
Oh, Glad Beast, huh? Okay.
It's the Glad Beast.
This is going to be interesting. Okay, so what is... If the equipped monster would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. Okay.
Give it a little bit of protection.
Okay.
Right.
Right then. Anything on standby?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you better have it, buddy. I'm going to activate Future Fusion.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. Alright, well, you're gonna gain 1,000 because we're gonna play Upstart Goblin.
Draw one card. Oh, okay.
Huh? Okay.
More draw options. Damn.
Interesting. Trying to think the best way around to doing the stuff with this here then. I guess I'll just set one and go for it, yeah. Yeah, I figured like MST was like the one way that that Future Fusion would get outed there, so...
Yeah. Alright.
And there's the Coliseum, okay.
Alright, so there's the Coliseum there.
So typically not a very good card, but we'll see if it actually works out here.
Yep, we'll see. Alright. But we'll also normal summon
Oh, the 1900 boy, okay.
Mr. 1900 boy. Alright. 1900 boy. We'll
it is UFO Turtle, so...
Oh, that's different. Alright.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna summon another one out.
Summon another one out. Alright. Well, I'll have bestiary attack as well.
Yeah, I will take the 100, he will go, where is it? There we go, we might as well just summon the third one.
Yeah. Alright, so at the end of the battle phase, Gladiator bestiary can go back into the deck.
And special summon a different beast out, right?
Yep. And for the equip card,
it will
since
return,
the monster
yeah.
goes back to hand, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna have to make this count here. Alright, that's only by that. Alright. Oh, I have him in hand, that's why.
Hmm.
Interesting. Alright.
That's always the worst, isn't it, when you have the one in hand that you actually want to summon.
Oh wait, no, it's right here. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna... No, actually... Yeah, I'll put it in attack mode.
Okay, and then he can pop the monster, right?
Yep.
Yep,
So
and...
one face for a target, yep.
And the one counter on the field spell, right?
Yep. So
Okay.
each monster has plus 100 attack into this. Alright, main phase 2 then, we'll activate the Archfiend Shield again.
And you're gonna use it on... Is it just gonna be on the one underneath? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it'll be on the fish, yep. And just to make sure it's clear that it's paired up though, with the tokens are on it.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what we can do. We're gonna play Polygrade.
More draw options, more!
Yep. You know it. Okay. I think I will just set one and go.
Set one and go. Alright.
Yeah, a bit of a weird game state at the moment, but...
Just a bit one. Alright, so battle phase. Andal has 2000 attack, heal attack.
Yep, it is Witch.
Another witch.
That's the first one.
I know, I'm saying it's a witch again. I was trying to say, witch again! Oh no!
Okay, I think he... I guess he can take SS'd cannon. Oh, she even.
She, you, him, her, he, she, it, thing, whatever. Alright. Marmilla will attack directly.
That's 900.
Alright. In the battle phase, send it back into the deck. This is back to hand. Let's change the pace here.
And this one... It does 2 attacks, okay. And then there's a counter on the thing, right?
Yep, that's another counter.
Okay.
Yep. So main phase 2, I will actually just set one and go.
Okay. Stand by main. This has been a bit more annoying than I would want right now. We're gonna summon the SS'd cannon.
Yep.
And I guess we're gonna go battle. We're gonna try and crash with him.
We'll activate.
I see. Alright, so... That's basically Wabaku, right? So yeah, it goes to the bottom of the deck, but yeah, this will still go grave. Right.
Yep.
Gonna
so
end...
Yeah,
I'm gonna end that so you can do your shuffle thing.
At the end of battle phase,
if you want.
I think I will.
Okay.
this one.
He's a big old rhino, that's for sure. Alright, does he have to be an attack, or is it... I mean, I guess
No.
it doesn't matter at the moment, but...
No.
Okay. Alright, then
But
I
I wanna
guess...
put him in
Yeah, I know, I'm feeling that. Alright, then I guess we'll just set one and go. Okay.
Alright, stand by me.
Bit of a weird lore. I think I know why you would summon this one, right? Isn't there one that specifically... You don't have to obviously say which one it is. I'm pretty sure there's one that specifically has to be summoned from this guy, right? So...
Yeah, give or take. Alright, yeah, we're gonna activate this one.
That is... When it attacks, destroy a spell or trap at the end of the damage step. Okay, who's that going on?
That's a good question, actually. I'm going to put it on Hoplomus.
Okay.
And do I want to activate this as well? I think I do. I'll pair it with this one as well.
Right. That's fair.
Alright, so battle phase. This is an 1,000 attack then.
I'm gonna play Call of the Haunted. And we're gonna revive the UFO turtle here.
UFO turtle.
So now a replay has to occur, and
yep, replay has to occur.
I probably should have revived Witch actually, but it's just a search would be a bit weird.
Alright. So if the attack still goes through, I can still activate the Archfiend's shield, which if it would be destroyed, this card would be destroyed instead.
Yeah, which is why I probably should have Dean Witch, but oh well.
Yeah. Oh well, alright, so I'll do that.
So you will take 400 from that right now?
400 damage, yeah.
Yep.
And because it attacked, you can still destroy a spell or trap.
Yeah, it can, so that
think
still
it damage
goes. And then I have to take the 2200 this is now.
Yep.
That's fine. Alright.
Alright.
Now
so,
you can do your other thing if you want.
Phase, yep. So this is the deck, this is to my hand.
Luckily that thing doesn't give any attack buffs, that would have been a bit scarier.
Yeah. No, I think it's still the right play here. I will bring out...
Yeah, this is the one that specifically needs him. So then you get to add an equip from your deck to hand, okay. It starts at 22. So he's at 26 at the moment.
Yeah.
I know the Glad-Beast equips didn't really give that much extra attack power though, so... I think there's one, there's only one I can think of, and it gives like...
enough to get started. Like,
yeah.
This one is not bad.
Good. So, cannot be destroyed by... Yep, that would be a thing.
Alright, let me see here. Alright, yes, I'll stay there. Alright, so then I can still normal summon.
Right, yeah.
And I will put the battle manica on the fish.
Okay.
And I'll end turn on that.
Alright, unfortunately for you, that doesn't save you against Raigeki.
Frick. No, it does not. Damn, that shield would actually have been helpful right now. Alright.
Yeah, because that's just plain destroyed. Yep.
Yeah. Oh well.
Alright, normal summon Cyber Phoenix.
Phoenix then.
And
Yep.
we will go battle hit for 12.
Phoenix tanks.
Yeah, go ahead. It's a very weird set for me at the moment. Hey, Exxon, how you doing? Mr. Flux, as we yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass.
Ooh, that's painful. Okay. Almost wish I hadn't summoned the Cyber Phoenix at this point, because I could have done something much better here, but oh well. We'll normal summon Proto Cyber.
Proto Cyber.
And we will hit with both. Doesn't matter order, because you have a spinning field anyway, but we'll do it anyway. And go ahead. I've been pretty good. Well, about as good as you can be at the moment, I think.
Pass.
Alright, and that is gonna be game set then, because I'm gonna normal summon Hexiod, and we're gonna use, because Proto's actually a Cyber Dragon at the moment, we're gonna put the two of them in and get Twin Dragon. I have Twin Dragon this time, so don't need to do any cheese ball stuff, and yeah, we're gonna just hit twice with that one. Okay, this went very differently to what I was expecting, I will admit, but very awkward game state, but
awkward as awkward can get.
Interesting though. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, no, we've been staying good that way. I think actually Mum went in for her first shot of the vaccine today, and Dad's blue envelope has just come in. So, yeah, we're staying protected at that point. So,
yeah,
should be good.
That's good.
I gotta be honest, Kib, I have absolutely no idea how the hell I took that game. That was just like...
that's how.
Neither did I after you MST'd Future Fusion. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see how we do this time round. Good luck, buddy. Because let me tell you, you're gonna need it. Based on this hand.
I don't doubt that.
Okay, it is gonna let me do that. Alright. Well, since you've let me go first, we're gonna play Future Fusion uninterrupted this time. And, we're gonna take the boy. It is gonna be Chimera Attack. Because I really wanted to see how this was gonna pan out, and now we're gonna see if this actually has the power that I expect. As soon as it actually lets me do this, what is it doing? Okay, I'm gonna try that again because it is not actually doing what I want within the deck. There, it's like I was highlighting a card and it was highlighting one about 4 cards over. And I was like, wait, what? Okay, so yeah, we're going for Chimera Tech, so it's Cyber Dragon plus any number of machine monsters out of my deck, so we're gonna just dump basically every machine monster out. Practically, anyway. I might not dump everything, but we're gonna dump the majority of them, I think.
Yeah, that's why you have drawn turtles there.
That's why I haven't got the turtle. Yeah, turtle summons Phoenix, and
yeah. Fate.
That will do. Okay, and then we are going to set one. May as well set that as well, actually. Go ahead.
Alright, then. Alright. Well, I can do that.
This is the Rhoda. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Rhoda Gladiator Beasts.
There's a big old bear that's on the front of that one too. I know it's the normal monster. It's just funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's a big Ursa.
Well, no.
Oh, Ocarina of Time. I think I've seen. Oh, Laquari, nice. Yeah, the card I pulled 0 of. How about that?
I only got him. Yeah, I only got him for a reason. All right. Well, this is gonna be interesting. We can do this.
Yep.
Right. Set that. Yeah, we'll summon the boy.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Alright. Then I'll put this on him.
Uh-huh.
Alright then. Battle phase.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
You are good to go, my dude.
Hopefully so. Yeah, we'll just have Laquari attack first.
Alright, it is Turtle, like my third Turtle, and I preserved one Cyber Phoenix in deck so I could use it for that.
Interesting. Alright, well then the Cyber Dragon can attack.
Alright, I will take the 900, and when this gets destroyed in battle, I will draw a card.
Draw a card, yep.
Oh, I forgot to... Okay, whatever. That's fine.
Ah, well.
No, it's all good. It's I missed something when I was doing things earlier. That's fine. It's all good. It works out actually at the moment.
Alright, so in the battle phase, activate the effect. Laquari will be in the deck. This back to hand.
Yep. And he has one he can summon out specifically as well, right?
Yep. Well, he can summon anyone. He can summon like any particular one out. It's,
right. There's one I think can only be summoned by him though. Is what I was meaning.
Oh.
I think.
Well, not him.
You might not have drawn it in the draft, but.
Well, not him. I will instead special summon.
Right. Okay, and that can destroy a spell or trap on the field.
Destroy one spell or trap on the field. No future fusion, please.
Thank you very much. I'm happy with that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't actually want that on the field anymore.
Well, I'll still flip a quarry with it.
Uh-huh.
And turn on that.
Alright, stand by main. I'm going to set one, and you're good to go.
Alright, that's one standby phase in. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, the Future Fusion's not in play anymore, so it's irrelevant how many turns it's doing that.
Mm-hmm. I may have to go for a play here.
Curious.
Will this work? I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will. Oh, there's one thing about Chimera Tech.
No, thank you for the host.
Don't remember that.
I mean, Chimera Tech can't come out at the moment, but yeah, I guess it's worth knowing for later on.
Oh, this is gonna get tough. Alright, well, I'm gonna normal summon
Okay.
Armillo. Then, it's gonna be tough. Alright.
At the end of your main phase 1, activate Threatening Roar.
Not there an attack. Uh-huh.
So, no attacking for you this turn.
Uh-huh. Well, I can still set you in defense mode.
You can, yep.
I don't think it's gonna matter anymore. Alright, end turn.
Okay, let's see. Not stellar. Alright, so the monster, I actually forgot to send this one to the grave as well, but it works in this particular spot, because this would be better than the Cyber Phoenix. I'm going to flip summon and draw 1 card. Heavy Storm?
All the draws. All the draws. Yep.
So then only when you grab this... Oh, okay, that's cool. Alright, we will normal summon Cyber Phoenix. I may as well set this now just so I don't have to worry about it later because it's not going to matter right now. Battle phase will hit this dude down, what, 600?
Yep.
And then Cyber Phoenix can kill the Bestiary. Alright, go ahead. What a weird spot we're in right now.
It's really weird.
This
All
hasn't quite gone how I hoped it would, but hey.
Alright, if that works. Alright, let's activate.
Yeah, target 3 was Gladiator Beast cards, yeah, so it can actually work on the spell traps as well. So Bestiary, Murmillo, and the Equip. Murmillo shouldn't have gone to your hand.
Did it? Oh, it's here. Bad monster.
Yeah, I saw the shuffle in the hand there, and I was like, hang on a minute.
Alright. Alright, then draw a card.
Draw 1. I'm not the only one with draw options, huh?
That's funny. That's funny. Alright, well, we can normal summon.
Okay.
You saw me shuffle, by the way.
Uh-huh, that's fine. Not the first time.
Alright. Well, I think I need to activate. Well, should I?
This is a weird deck to pilot by the looks of it at the moment. I don't know.
I mean, if it worked out, it would have worked out. But
I'm not saying it's
about
bad.
this.
I'm not saying it's bad. It seems like it's a very odd deck compared to the other stuff that we've been able to play so far. With this whole like shuffling in and out of the battle style is what I mean. Like it's very different.
Decisions. Would you still be running that card?
There are lots of things I could be running right now.
I mean, I can see this deck being pretty impressive. Is this the deck that you were excited for, by the way?
Yeah, it was. It hasn't quite done what I was hoping it would yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm kind of noticing that, because if I knew you were going to bring this one deck out, I would have actually brought out the deck I was excited for, because this wasn't the deck I was excited for. But, oh well, that's, say nothing. Alright, I think just in case you have something else built up.
Reborn, okay, target?
You're a Drolago.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Now here's the interesting part.
It is indeed, Lavita. It is indeed.
Well, battle phase. The Cyber Dragon can attack the Cyber Phoenix.
Yeah, that's okay. I will take the 900, send this to grave, draw a card.
Now, if you are playing that deck, and you're trying to draw for it, I don't think I want you to do it, so I'm going to just end turn.
Fascinating, okay. Alright, well that's gonna be game over because I activate Overload Fusion. So I can banish all of my one Cyber Dragon plus any number of thingies in my my dude here. So we're just gonna banish everything, including the Dekoichi on field because that's gonna get destroyed by Chimera attack in a sec. I need to keep an eye on how many I'm actually banishing for this here.
Yeah, you need a counter here.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have to thingy this one as well. I mean, all of these have just been banished, right? So I'm pretty sure nothing was banished before that, right? So yeah, we're gonna put that boy in play. I'm actually gonna just make this easier on myself, move him there because the counter thing is right next to it. I want to do it anyway just because I can. Boop, boop,
Each turn this card attacks your opponent's monster a number of times equal to a number of fusion monsters used for it.
And it would be sent to the graveyard anyway, but just for the absolute maximum overkill, I'm going to activate limited removal when it's about to get sent as well, to double the attack of Chimera Attack. So this thing is now at like almost 20,000 attack.
8,000, 9,600, almost 20,000. Almost 20,000.
And it can attack monsters 12 times in a turn. Yeah.
Overkill is right.
Yup. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, stop, he's already dead. I know. So this is what made Brownie quit, apparently. Not the Dark Arm Dragon, that came later. As in, within this set. I don't intend on playing this deck too many times because it went really weird too. That was the other thing with this. Like, when I was testing this deck, it was at least probably about 50 to 60% of the time even going first, I was getting some sort of OTK combo off in like 2 turns. This did not happen here. First game, admittedly, that MST on the Future Fusion kind of messed things up a lot, because I didn't get to pitch all of my machines out of the deck, so I couldn't necessarily actually, summon them easily enough that way. But, like, that just kind of went super weird off it. I did have BLS and CD in here. I'll show the stuff in the set once I just clean up my graveyard to mill the deck there. Because that's going to be easier, I think. The Threatening Roars were actually a side deck option here, because not for this deck in particular, it was just as a general out in case I was going up against something that was just going to wreck me battle-wise. But yeah, and then there was also another call. The X-Head Cannons weren't supposed to be X-Head Cannons, but I literally pulled 0 Blue Thunder T45 in this set, despite it being the common. So, that was dumb. It was like, yeah. This deck had like 3 different avenues that it could go for the kill. Of course, there was the standard Cyber Dragon Light Hex Seal to go for Twin Dragon. That with limiter removal is 11,200 damage on board, minus whatever you've got for monsters, obviously. The Chaos was still a thing. Use Future Fusion. I'm banishing Light and Dark machines, at least some of them, so I could still use Chaos. That's not a problem. And then obviously Chimera Tech is the main option here. And if I can,
have them in your deck.
Yeah, I mean, this is why that's why Dralago is in the deck, because Dralago's not a good card, let's be honest. It can push for game, actually, if you've only got strong monsters out, but like, Dralago by itself is not a very good card. But what it does do is it does let me have a Dark Machine that I can just pitch.
Yeah.
So it works with that. And yeah, Dekoichi, I was actually supposed to mill that as well when it came to the using Future Fusion, and I just missed it apparently in the turn. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weird. But yeah, like I had Witch X-Head Call in my hand there, so yeah, I kind of did need to top deck the Overload Fusion at that point. But
yeah, and when you know it.
I mean, with so many draw cycle cards in the deck, it's almost inevitable, really, if the game goes on long enough.
I mean, you had so many draw options at that point, like, it was kind of impossible not to draw.
But, like, if that wasn't the way that it went, I was gonna, like, summon X-Head Cannon, set Call of the Haunted, I would have at least destroyed Dralago, and then I would have had... I had Limited set, right? So I had access to it that way around. So what does this guy do? I know it's a Contact Fusion run, so, like, what does it do? It does piercing damage, and at the end of a battle phase of an attack, you can special summon 2, okay. And it does only take 1. It can't summon its own fusion material one, like its specific one, but that's fine.
Yeah, because they can't refuse it again.
Yeah, because you'd be going for the other thingies off it anyway. Yeah, so like I said, this actually was more successful in my testing than it was in the actual game, which is kind of funny. But it's one of those that if it doesn't get OTK'd itself, it's generally going to be able to filter through quite easily. And before we go into anything else on the set itself, I need to kind of bring this up. Chat made me do it. I'm sorry. I actually didn't want to take this here. You probably did notice it, but yeah, chat made me do it. Like, this was the one that was just like, no, you are taking this card, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I didn't want to do it until later on, but I can't deny that it was incredibly good in this deck.
I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Because in general, I would take like Dralago, Dekoichi, one of the Hexial fusions, which I sided one of them out for this game. But main deck, standard deck has 2 of them, so I'd probably put one of those. Would have been Blue Thunder, but it'd be X-Head Cannon in this point, and then probably like Cyber Dragon or something, just so I'd have that option in the graveyard, even if you did give me Hexial, like to go for Overload. Because Painful Choice just functions for Overload Fusion here, right? If I can't do Future Fusion for whatever reason, Painful Choice is just like mini Future Fusion for this deck. So It's pretty gross.
Yeah, I mentioned before, like, this deck was not the deck I was excited to try and use against you. But I thought we were just going in a friendly game of just making the deck just like a deck.
I've been building this deck for like a week. I really wanted to just try and make this work. I've not been very happy with previous builds of it, to be totally honest, just because I didn't feel like the card quality was quite there. But when I got the trade in for it, and like initially I was going to trade for stuff like Fusilia Dragon to get more more dark machines and stuff, but then I was testing it and I was just like, nah, there's no board presence here. Like if I don't get to do anything really, and it's just like if I don't draw Future Fusion, then I'm just dead, right? But then I realized afterwards, like, wait, what am I doing? This deck literally used like UFO Turtle and Cyber Phoenix before, and I checked, and I had 2 of each. So it was like, okay, if I give up the wheel this time round, I can trade for the 1 extra Chimera tech to make sure that I don't duff myself up if Future Fusion actually goes through. So I do have the second one of that. Because again, rare in Zane's pack, trading for that. And then it was a case of, okay, I've got that, I need 1 UFO Turtle, I need 1 Cyber Phoenix, which is common in his pack, so I could pick that up. And because I won the last round, it's like, I can take 1 other card then, and I might as well trade the super for something. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, and then chat was just like, no, you are taking Painful Choice, and that's it. Like, why would you ever take anything but Painful Choice? I'm just like, because it seems unfair, but, you know, it's like, whatever, I suppose. Yeah, so that was pretty much that.
If you're going for 1 turn kill, you can't say it's unfair.
And, like, when you look at this deck, it, like, there's a reason I'm not necessarily going to play this that often, apart from just we're going into, like, synchros and get more exciting stuff, is that the deck is really fragile, right? You saw it here, that it really didn't do much of anything until I actually got the Overload Fusion there, and I could have just not drawn that, right? I could have bomb decked it, and then I might have been really hosed against what you were doing. So it's a lot frailer than a lot of the other strategies that I've built that way, but when it actually does its thing, it just literally explodes everything, right? And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's not my preferred deck style, to be totally honest, but given what we opened, I was like, there's no way I can't play it at least once, right? I really need to just try and make this thing work. So that's what we did.
Well, now that you have that, I have ideas, and
there are so many ways of stopping this, right? If you had Curse Seal, that would have been pretty bad. And I know you played like Curse Seal, Magic Jammer, all of that sort of thing before, so it's like, there are plenty of ways that this gets shut down. If you negate the wrong spell card off of me, or even if you just destroy Future Fusion with MSD, it's like, shit, what do I do now? You know? So,
alright. Well,
it's frail.
In that case, then, I'm just going to attention this now. Do you want to face the deck I was actually wanting to try, then?
I mean, we could.
Just for the heck of it. We're not under a schedule today, so...
yeah, okay, I guess we could do that.
Like, I wanted to try on this deck I was going to be excited for, and this is the one I was going to be using for the grudge match. But since the grudge match is going to be a little different now... Oh, well, you know it. Dark Phoenix was playing in the background.
I'm just slightly annoyed that I didn't get any of the... There was the one common that I really wanted in this set. And I'm annoyed I didn't get it, because it would have been really good for this deck, actually, too. Like, it's 1700 instead of 1800, like X-Head Cannon is. But if it destroys a monster, then you get a 1500 attack token, a machine as well. You get a token that can attack in that same battle phase. So it's like, yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't get any of it, because it's a common. How do you miss that? Like, seriously.
I mean, there's a lot of... Well, that's why we had the trade-ins as options.
Oh dear God. Okay. Alright, well, this is a bit more like it. We're going to start with the Future Fusion, which of course is going to be for the Chimera Tech, but I should do it just to show.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit closer to what I've been drawing in the majority of these so far. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where is he? 7. Not gonna forget to put him out this time. 8, 9, 10, and 11. And don't forget this guy. Alright. Oh, is that everyone? Okay, yeah, that is everyone, okay. Alright. And then we're gonna set, and it would be your turn.
It would be. Well, I would set and set.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Alright, well, standby phase, there'll be the one counter there.
Yep.
Because technically it does still go on. We're gonna MST. The, back row, obviously.
Yep, I'll activate it.
Okay, so you pitch. And your target is, I'd assume the monster, but I don't want to assume here.
No.
Oh, okay. Right. I
want to make it that easy.
I will show you why that's actually not a good idea, but I will Dark Hole first because this game is over. Because I have Overload Fusion. My starting hand had the 2, but I wanna show you why this isn't a good idea. Because I literally do not need to have Future Fusion stuck on the board. When this card is fusion, if this card is fusion summoned, send all other cards you control to the graveyard. The Future Fusion is Call of the Haunted style linked to the fusion monster it brings out. So if it gets sent to the graveyard by Chimera Tech, it destroys the Chimera Tech that got summoned by it. So Future Fusion is active.
When I should remember this, actually.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing.
Future Fusion is actively bad to summon Chimera Tech with. This is why I needed to have the second one, because otherwise it's like, if I summon the first one with it and I don't have Avarice to put it back in, I have no way of actually, summoning a second one. So
your opponent knows that. Then what would be the point of using it? Then that's my question.
To dump all the machines in the graveyard in the first place, because Overload Fusion is the real target. Future Fusion is only there to get all the machines in the grave so that Overload Fusion can bring out the Chimera Tech later on. Alright, go ahead.
Well, it's interesting to know, at least. Well, let's do it again.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to normal summon Cyber Phoenix.
Yep.
And we will flip summon the turtle. Yeah, let's try and go battle phase. We'll hit him with a turtle. Jujutsu. Okay. Really was the same play again. That's actually kind of funny. Alright, so to top of deck he goes. Go ahead. That actually is really funny. So yeah, I had a feeling this might have been the deck that you'd think in. I had actually got... I do have a side deck tech for this, but it's not going to help at the moment, because I don't have it out in my main deck. But yeah, I actually did think that this might have been the way you'd have gone. I haven't looked at any of the recording stuff for the record. You asked politely not to, so I didn't.
Oh,
but I had a feeling.
I said I asked for it, but this is why I was like, I don't care, because at this point you're right there anyway. But I guess you can see what the idea is behind this one.
Yeah. So I think this time around you're gonna blow us out with it rather than the other way around here, because I do not have my defense stuff here.
Oh, it has to be Rock and Fiend.
Yeah, it's a Rock and a Fiend, yeah. And then it becomes untargetable for the turn 2. So this is at 3,700 right now.
3,700, yep. I can't do much else except attack, so...
Yep, which I will have to take, and that will be 25. And I do at least get to draw my Wonder What It Could Be card here, but I do get to draw it at least, so it's out of the way. Yep. Alright.
So, just remember here, 3,700. Just making sure.
Okay,
I'm gonna type that in the chat. there.
Yeah, that's a good place. Alright, well, ooh, I guess it doesn't matter if I summon a defense, can I? Because you can just change it to attack anyhow. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? So change all defense. Okay. Well, I guess I could do it anyway, because it could still force you to do it in other ways. I can still special cyber in defense and set one card. I should have set the other thing. Oh, whatever. Mistakes were made, but whatever.
Flip effects are not activated, so if it is a flip monster, it can't be activated.
Yeah. So in one way, yeah, okay. That works.
So, yeah, we'll attack the face down then.
And you're going to change everything to attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it is actually UFO Turtle. So I'm going to take 23 here. And Turtle goes to grave. Turtle can grab... nothing of relevance, but I guess it can grab Phoenix.
Phoenix, man. Alright. Main phase 2, I'll activate Raigeki break.
Okay, you're gonna have to target the back row here because Phoenix is making the others untargetable. Yeah. It is actually MST, so...
Go figure. Yeah, I know that the starter Phoenix I can't target with it, so that I know.
Yeah, I've not.
I mean, I could be like, yeah, I'll just negate it anyway.
Yeah, I've not got enough life points to manage off of that. So, so the card I had that I should have set instead of Turtle, I actually had Dekoichi in hand. I think if I did that, I could have actually outed Dark Gaia in main 2, but yeah, because Dark Fusion only gives immunity for one turn, right? It's only for the turn that it's used. Yeah, so long story short, just to go in with that, I had BLS in hand, so if I'd have actually set Dekoichi instead of Turtle, I would have been able to crash the Cyber Dragon, probably still survived, and BLS banished it, which is what I should have done, but wasn't actually thinking straight enough on that one. So that is my bad. Okay, what was the other thing I was thinking of this time? God, I don't even remember. I guess I've not really been in this sort of position to have to do it this way. So one problem with the way this deck is set up is like the side is like specific almost like specific matchup stuff with it, but it's like what happens if I need to side in more than about the 3 or 4 cards I've prioritized over here, because I'm actually not super sure on that one. And yeah, don't worry about it, Brownie. I understand like the bitterness behind it. To be honest, it's I can totally get like this is the kind of thing that could quote unquote traumatize a young person when it comes to this game if you get wrecked by this in the tourney or whatever. Yeah.
So him, now summon him. Alright, going to bed, that's the UFO Turtle.
It's actually Dekoichi, but that kind of doesn't help much either at the moment. Yeah, so we're gonna take the 2100 here.
Alright, main phase 2. Set and go.
Okay. I might as well MST it. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna normal summon Drago. Because you've only got strong monsters in play, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack directly here. 1600 to the dome. Go ahead.
To the dome.
I don't even know if that's like the right play here, but it seems like about my best option. Yeah. I'm going to chain it. It's limited removal. So I have double attack on Drago this turn, but it gets destroyed at the end of the turn. That's not a bad bait for Heavy Storm, actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's game over anyway.
Yeah, that's... I mean, the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Like, yeah. That's bullshit, but whatever.
At least its one didn't count.
Yeah, but no, that's
count.
full of shit, but whatever.
That is shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, yeah, there's not really any better way of putting it. And of course, my next top job is Dark Hole. Yeah.
No. Alright, well, that wasn't how it was supposed to go, but now I know this deck is actually not useless. Oh well, alright, so that's just a side, that was just the one deck that I figured I'd try on show. In the meantime, though, that's moving on to the next set then, huh?
Yeah, though we didn't really talk about anything that we got in this set. Do you want to do that first?
Do you want to? Because you already mentioned you didn't get your Blue Thunder, you didn't get your comments that you wanted.
I didn't, and I didn't get Super Poly either now that I think about it, but that's okay, because that's for later on. It would have been really funny, actually, to have been able to use Super Poly here, because I could have Super Poly with your Cyber Dragon and made Twin Dragon that way. Would have been really funny, but didn't pull it, so it's kind of whatever. Yeah, I actually got quite a lot that I would want to speak about in this set, though. I pulled a total of 11 holos in this by the looks of it. It's kind of like, wow, but one of them I actually should have showed you at the end of the game, but we went straight into that one, so it's whatever. I pulled the Rainbow Neos in the last pack.
In the very last pack.
In the very last pack. I actually got the Rainbow Neos, so I've got to try and think of how to use that at some point. And this set opened up with a golden flying fish as the first one. That was the super, so I was like, alright, this might be kind of decent. Pulled two of those. Right. And then the boss monster fish as well. There was a super ancient deep sea king coelacanth for whatever. Hell of a mouthful on that thing. It's that might be something for the future. It's like if I can get it out, it's a 2 tribute monster. But like if I can get it out, discard a card, special summon as many level 4 or lower fish from your deck as possible, but they can't attack and their effects are negated. But then during either player's turn, if a face-up card on the field is targeted for a card effect, tribute one of the fish monster on the field, negate and destroy that card. The idea, though, is it spams out like 4 fish monsters, so you could use those for synchro plays and stuff later. There are quite a few tuna fish monsters that we'll have access to, so...
Tuna fish.
Yeah, I don't know if any of them are actually tunas, like literal tuna, but yeah, there are fish monsters that we could use for synchro plays later. So that's an exciting one, just for like probably 8 sets down the line, you know. I did get Metal Reflex Slime, that was pretty fun. No idea if I'm going to actually use it, but it was fun. Escape from the Dark Dimension, which is the dark version of like, it's basically a banish call to Haunted for dark monsters. That's kind of cool. I don't know if we'll use it because it's, you know, Call to Haunted is something we have at free, but it's there. I got the Beginning of the End. So, I didn't get Allure of Darkness, which would have been the better one, but Beginning of the End is a really powerful draw card later on. 7 or more Dark Monsters in your grave, banish 5 of them, draw 3 cards. So, yeah, it takes a lot of setup, but that's really cool later on. It's a massive draw payoff. I got Drastic Drop-Off, which would have been pretty funny against the Gladiator Beasts, actually, since you've Proving Ground would search them out. I don't actually think it works against the likes of Sangan and whatnot, though, unfortunately. I need to, because that's in damage step, so it probably doesn't work, but it's a counter trap that when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, including drawing, they must discard one of those cards. So it'd be really good against Reinforcement of the Army. It can also be used in your draw phase just to make you discard the card you draw, right? So... And it's a counter trap, so Harvest Angel of Wisdom can actually get it back. So I might actually experiment with that a little bit. Doomsday Horror was kind of bad, I don't really care too much about that. I got the Elements of Hero Storm Neos as well. I was like, that's the wrong one, but okay, you know, it's there. And then I actually got the secret rare too, but it wasn't Dark Arm Dragon, it was Dark Grapher. What would have been the sneak peek for this set. Special summon it from your hand by discarding 1 level 5 or higher Dark Monster if you want. It's 1700 level 4. It's the warrior digrapher one, right?
Yeah, the one that's banned actually, or limited actually.
Yeah, it's limited. Same with Armageddon Knight, which I did not pull. But yeah, like once per turn, you can discard one dark monster, send one dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. Which doesn't sound that amazing until we get to the point where those monsters can do stuff in the graveyard, and then it's going to be really good. So definitely a card I'd want for later. It's a roller target as well, so super strong card to get later on. And then otherwise, yeah, I got like a Giga Plant. I guess I got 1/6 United. Probably not really good enough for stuff that way. A couple of Lone Fire Blossom though, so I might try and like maybe trade for a Giga Plant or something and get try and work out a plant deck in the early Synchro days, because I know plants are quite good for the Synchro era.
I mean, a lot of type monsters in those, yeah.
And then otherwise, pretty standard. Like I said, I just didn't get the machine that I wanted, but like it's incremental really. Like X-Head Cannon is serviceable enough. It's slightly stronger. It's still a light machine, so it still does the same thing there. But I would have liked the fact that you could summon a monster, like summon a token with the other guy. You know, would have been nicer. How about yourself though? Did you get anything interesting?
2 ghost rares.
Whoa, okay.
Both of them the same card. You want to trade a Rainbow Neos?
Oh man, if I didn't actually get it in the last part, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I drew 2 of them back to back. Even.
Oh wow.
Like, back to back, even. It's like, what?
That's
okay,
hilarious.
I third one, I'm done. But no, it never came up again after that. No, but I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple of comments I didn't draw. I was hoping to draw. I at least drew the one Gladiator beast that helped out, kind of.
Yeah, is it?
Gladiator beast deck.
Yeah, is it like
It's
Darius or something?
He's only a comment. Albator.
It's the horse guy.
Oh yeah,
right?
the other one. The other one is Darius. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one's Darius. Endel's the other one. Darius is the other one. Darius, it's like if you special summon him, you target one monster in the graveyard. Special summon one Gladiator.
Yeah, that's really good.
But if if Darius goes back into the deck, that one goes back into without activating the thing.
Fair.
So it's like it's good to get your monster back, but not as good as you could get. I don't know if you saw it in the first duel, but I wanted to try it because I was really excited for it. Prime Material Dragon.
Oh, I wanted that one. Damn it.
Prime Material Dragon, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, no, that was the card I was excited for like the King Dragon deck. You know, it was because it would be a great target to special summon out with that. Yeah, dude, that card is hype. I would have loved to have tried that.
That is a pretty good one. But also draw 2 fish, as Cotton would say here.
Oh,
One other fish monster, then target one card in the field.
That's the golden flying fish that I got at the start of the thing. Yeah, I've got 2 of those as well. Why do we keep drawing the same stuff with that? I know we're off the same path, but it's hilarious.
I know you didn't draw Cyber Valley.
No, I did not.
Cyber Valley is kind of neat, but it's like it has to be face up to activate. But it has 3 effects you can choose from. When this card is targeted for an attack, banish this card, draw 1 card, then end the battle phase.
Yep.
Target 1 face-up monster you control and this card, banish both, then draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Or target 1 card in your graveyard, then banish both this card and 1 card from your hand, then place that card in the graveyard on top of the deck.
Yep. Apparently,
so it's a very versatile monster, but it has to, activate.
Apparently, I actually used to see competitive play because of machine duplication. Because it's a machine with 0 attack, right? So you summon 1, machine dupe lets you get the other 2 out of the deck, and then you can go from there. So and that's how you'd use its effects. So apparently, I actually used to see competitive play, but you need 3 of them.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I drew one of the 3 terrible monsters. They're not terrible as in effects, but like, oh my god, I hate to fight this thing.
Oh, the Yubel?
The 3rd Yubel, Terror Incarnate.
Ah, yeah, okay.
It needs to be special done by Yubel, and actually that's the 2nd one.
Yeah, the Ultimate Nightmare is the 3rd one.
Yeah, Ultimate is the 3rd one. Okay, so that's the 2nd one. My bad. All right, but yeah, that's the 2nd one. But yeah, I got that one. Not the other 3. For my dark deck, I'm hoping to use it in one day. Armageddon Knight.
Oh, that's so good. I actually think that Armageddonite is probably better right now than Grepher. But Grepher has more potential, I think. But Armageddonite is just solid all around. Yeah, that card's an absolute monster. I'd have loved to.
You can just send one dark monster from the deck to the graveyard. Which, if I find another dark monster to use for graveyard, whatever. And the secret rare, Goblin Zombie.
Oh, that again would have been awesome if we had the other zombie cards. Because yeah, that's a really fun one. Hey, you got 2 ghost rares and a secret though. That's pretty cool. I know the ghost rare is the same thing because there's only one of them in the set, but like, yeah, that's neat. So you didn't get anything like Dark Horus Creator or Dark Arm Dragon and stuff like that either, then, huh?
No.
Right. So we're both in even parity on that. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, Dark Arm Dragon is an absolutely ridiculous card, but didn't get it. That's fine.
Oh well. Which is why I may try the wheel just to see if I can get a chance on it.
Yeah, and I have to take the wheel this time, man. You may have noticed this one is a little bit stronger than the than what we had before because we've introduced the Gold series onto here as well. I've actually opened the wrong one. Have I given you the 5Ds one by accident? I think I have, haven't I? 5Ds one. Sorry about that. I will copy this in properly then. I've got like 10 different. I've got like 10 different like bookmarks for this here, so I you know. Okay, yeah. You may have noticed though, this is slightly stronger. There's one big segment for the Tony Pack stuff, but that's fine. There's the Gold series thing on here, and you can see some of the other bits are a little bit should be a little bit larger than some of the good stuff here. So I think it'd be worth actually roll. I mean, I have to roll this, but I think it'd be worth rolling this one anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back and take a quick look, and we'll see the. I believe it's the Shadow Monarch structure deck. I think is the one. Yeah. So the Tony Pack for this one is Champion Pack 5, and the structure deck is the Dark Emperor. So Caius the Shadow Monarch is actually available in if you pull the structure deck slot this time around.
You know what? I'm gonna write this down in chat. So one
yeah,
more time?
Go for it.
So one more time. Or,
Champion Pack.
5,
yeah. Champion Pack 5.
That's the tournament packs.
Yep.
Right. Structure deck was
the Dark Emperor.
Dark Emperor.
And we are into 2008 as far as the promos go.
Okay. All right. This way, I don't actually need to go like, okay, can I ask? Do I need to
yeah, I know.
He'll know what I'll draw. He'll know what I landed on.
I know Brownie's been writing some of these down as well, but yeah, it's worth noting. Okay, so with that said, then Light of Destruction time, I guess. We didn't get any luck with Dark Arm Dragon. Maybe we'll get some with Judgment Dragon. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see. Let's find out.
Alright, I will deafen up again, I guess, and we'll see how this next one goes then, huh?
Alright.
Alright, good luck, buddy. He pulled 2 Rainbow Neos. Alright, so we didn't... Neither of us got the, like, super bomb cards here. I want to see some of Exodia in the tap position. Unfortunately, I do not have Exodia to go with, so... Okay, right, so we'll change that, add stream marker. Okay, before I go any further with stuff, since we do have quite a few people here at the moment, first off, hi, thank you for stopping by. Before I spin the wheel here, I'm gonna move my, we've had some audio delay issues creeping up in the past here. I want to make sure that's not happening here. So I'm gonna move my mouse on like a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and if it's significantly delayed behind my actual move, let me know. Okay, so we go 3, 2, 1, move, and I did actually do it in the right time there. So you should be able to see the mouse in the corner bit there. If it was significantly behind, I need to restart the stream basically. I just wanted to sort of make sure on that. So I guess we'll try again in like 3, 2, 1, move. There we go. Very, very small delay. Okay, that's probably fine. Because the problem is, if the mouse is delayed, then like all of my non-mic audio is delayed, so I would be talking over Kib and stuff a lot when he's playing, or like anticipating cards and stuff. Okay, so I have to spin this wheel because I did do the trade-in last time round. So let's just see what we can get out of here. Straight up tournament packs. Okay, that's fine. Tournament packs are Champion Pack 5. There is one good card I remember in this one. It's Anti-Spell Fragrance. Is actually in this one. It's a rare, I believe. So we get 3 packs. I do not like this this ad coming in here. It's getting a bit intrusive at this point. So yeah, Champion Pack. Is it up? No, it's still further down. Champion Pack 5. We get 3 packs of this. And then I've got to do a trade-in. I think I'm going to hold off on the trade-in until later, though. Because I don't actually know exactly what I want right now. So I'm just not going to take anything from it immediately. So, let's see what we can get out of this one. And now. Okay, DD Crow's actually good. I did only have 2 copies of it, so we now have a playset of that, which is fine. Hammer Shot's not really much of a big deal here. I've got plenty of smashing ground and stuff. Spirit Barrier would be funny with Cloudians, but other than that, like, Cloudians are terrible anyway, so nothing super good out of that one, but DD Crow is fine. Like, that's a pretty solid card. Thousand Knives is funny because I do have Dark Magician, but terrible card to play with that, so we're not worried there. Double Costin technically could be useful, but unlikely. Alright, last one. Super Rare Wave Motion Cannon is actually a trade-in fodder, so that's pretty solid. Another super rare to trade in on the collection. We already have a playset of this from Magician's Force, but yeah, that's actually kind of cool. So we will add that. And yeah, we have another trade-in to do at some point. So that's neat. Okay, let's go into the manager here real quick. I need to basically put all of these into the 2-sword bit here. Also, hey, Atto, how are you doing? Yeah, so we're going to move all of those into the sort box real quick. And let's go ahead and talk about the next set.